Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Today's episode of The Topping Show is proudly sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, I see their founder at least twice a day. Guys say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, see, that's a joke. If you're an IT leader or a business owner, you can reach out to the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Also, still giving away a free flamethrower with every IT purchase, and it does come with a fun Picatinny rail adapter so you can mount it to any standard AR-15 like all awesome accessories can be. Go to toppingtechnologies.com and click the flamethrower button to learn more, or click the URL in the video description below. Lastly, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button and tell your friends, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, going over to the business part podcast, you have Porsche saying the Panamera will continue to have the ICE option for many years, far into the 2030s, which is glorious, great news. That is until the tyrannical dictators, the European Union, kill all ICE cars by 2030 in, Europe. But maybe we'll still get it. Now, this comes with thanks to Motor1.com, in which they say, quote, the Porsche Panamera will have a gas engine for long years to come. The Cayenne will also offer a ICE powertrain as well, far into the 2030s. And here you can see the Porsche Panamera, which, for a car with 4 doors, looks pretty darn good. Though, of course, you know my first critique of what they need to fix when it comes to that abomination of a vehicle. Gotta give it 3 pedals, baby. Give the option for a manual transmission. That would be so cool. Porsche isn't doing it. Porsche used to do the craziest things. They put a stick shift into a V8 SUV in, was it 2008, 2009? For the Cayenne GTS. And more recently, I believe it was 2016 to 2018. Yeah, the Cayenne, but it was just the V6, but still came with a stick, which is pretty cool. Again, it's not going to be the number one best-selling option, obviously, but just to make the enthusiasts smile, and people will buy it. Mark my word. If you had a family and you want to have some fun, you want 3 pedals, how cool would it be to have a Panamera with a stick shift? But I partially digress. Now, Adrian is accredited to the writer over there. He says, quote, it's been a busy week for Porsche. In addition to announcing plans to develop a new gas engine SUV to replace the Macan, the company also expressed its long-term commitment to ICE. CEO Oliver Bloom revealed during an annual press conference that the Cayenne and Panamera will retain gas power far into the 2030s. Now, I'm definitely going to butcher this name, not intentionally. Zuffenhausen. That sounds German. We'll go with that. Says the development of both models will continue. Now, it is a little disappointing in terms of you make this beautiful engine, and you cover it with a big hunk of garbage plastic, which if you're an enthusiast at first, that's the first thing you toss into the trash, or if you're British, the dustbin. There's a beautiful V8 engine hidden under that piece of plastic. And I know other people say, well, it's for sound deadening. Hello, you're buying a V8 glorious vehicle. Why would you not? You want to hear that sound? Come on. But I, again, partially digress. They say, while the Panamera recently switched to the next generation model, the Cayenne has been around since the current form, since 2017. Granted, the posh SUV, also the third iteration, received a comprehensive facelift in 2023. Don't worry about the downsizing because Porsche has already said the Cayenne will keep its V8 post 2030. It should be the same story for the Panamera, with both likely keeping the V6 for lesser versions. Plug-in and hybrids are here to stay and will offer a longer electric range for all 25 people who want them. Okay, I did add that second part, but you know that's not a high-volume thing for the company. They say, why is Porsche betting on ICE once again? Long story short, it realized the previous announcement lofty EV goals were unfeasible. And nobody wants them. I take that back. 18 to 25 people want them. Again, if you want an EV, you're not going to buy a Porsche. You're buying a Porsche because you want to live. You want to have that third pedal. You want to downshift into the corner. You're an enthusiast. Now, they also say that, quote, during the press conference, Porsche's head honcho admitted that the objective of having EVs account for, they thought it would account for 80% of their annual sales by the end of the decade is now unrealistic. No crap, Sherlock. Even the biggest auto companies in the world for EVs, aka Tesla, even their sales aren't doing great. And the adoption rate for EVs is decreasing, especially in the United States. The biggest growing category, which I kind of disdain, is hybrids, which, trash vehicles after a couple years because of the batteries. But nevertheless, that's where a lot of consumers are going. A lot of people are also realizing, wait, if I want a car to last more than 10, 20 years, gotta be a gas engine. That's the way to go. Now, they also say that in 2024, only 12.7% of the cars delivered had no combustion engines, which actually is pretty high for Porsche. I can't believe 12.7% of all Porsche buyers said they want EV. What? Really? Come on, folks. And they say, if approved, the new SUV we mentioned earlier would launch closer to 2030, which means Porsche will have 4 gasoline models on sale in the next decade, including the 911, which obviously that's the most important, profitable, iconic vehicle they make. They won't be so mentally vacuous to kill that anytime soon. They say further investments into ICE portfolio will not hamper the rollout of new EVs. The fourth generation EV-only Cayenne debuts later this year. Have fun with that. It'll be followed shortly by a 718 Boxster Cayman EV. For all 28 idiots want. It has the dumbest idea on the planet. Because again, if you want a fun track car, you want to drive it on the track, you can't recharge it between sessions because that takes hours. With the current technology, also don't have the fire suppression technology or the liability insurance. Most tracks don't have that for EVs. So yeah, to have a car that's supposed to be a fun track toy be an EV, which, yeah, ridiculous. But they're going to make it apparently. A large 3-row SUV with electric drivetrains is also coming in a decade. Porsche has been saying for years that the 911 will be the last car to offer combustion engines, so its future is safe, which is good and bad in terms of it's bad because it's heartbreaking because, again, the Cayman was a much more attainable thing. Again, still, to me, a crazy amount of money, $70,000. But compared to the 911, that starts at, I think, $119,000. That $119,000, I mean, that's I was about to say a house, not in Texas, in Iowa. But, yeah, relative to, I mean, it sucks that the entry-level fun, great bang for your buck Cayman has been bastardized and turned into an EV. But I partially digress. I say it has also taken matters into its own hands by starting to make e-fuel at its Punta areas in Chile, where it filled the first 911 on nearly carbon neutral fuel by late 2022. The e-fuel is made from water and carbon dioxide using wind energy. I'm sure Porsche 911 owners are really appreciative of that. So again, some good news. They're starting to, wake up to the free market, and hopefully they don't bow down to the European Union. And Germany grows a backbone and says, "Hey, wait a minute, we carry the European Union. We're the best country by innovation and GDP. Why are we carrying all these guys again and bowing down to their arbitrarious BS rules? And why are we doing that again?" So again, some great news. They're going to continue to make gas engines. Again, I would love if they made a third. Again, if they had a third pedal for the Panamera, that'd be even cooler. But let me know. I mean, do you think Porsche's making the right investments here? Do you think maybe it's lost opportunity and EVs are going to jump off the lots and just sell really quick in the next couple of years? I mean, obviously kidding, but let me know your thoughts, because as always, be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Again, try to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you can click that button, I really appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make sure better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.